Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the shop. It's been a while. Been doing a lot, getting my storage shed squared away, getting my garage all cleaned up. It's been a mess, trying to get everything organized. I came out yesterday, was going to finish putting this engine together. It's a 125 ATMX. This is another 125 ATMX. But I forgot to get the rubber grommets for that cover up the hole that go right here. I needed to order some of those. I got some old ones, but they're hard. They're like rocks. I don't want to use them. So I went ahead and I ordered those up. Today we're going to work on this one. 69 125 Enduro AT1. This is just the way that I got it when I picked it up, but I did clean the carburetor. This got a 72 or 73, I don't remember which it is, motor in it. It's got a reed valve motor in it. I wish it still had the stock motor so it'd be numbers matching, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just restore this up. It's not gonna be a pristine restore. It's just gonna be a good runner. I'm gonna clean it all up, repaint it, make it just a good runner. It'll be a good bike for someone. But I've got a battery for it I'm gonna put in it, and we're gonna go ahead and get that in. Let me get you lowered down here. I wish this GoPro had a better zoom function, or at least one that I could figure out how to work. But that's it right there. Gonna go ahead, well, let me raise this bench up a little higher so I don't have to bend down as bad. That'll work. Get these out of the way. How's that look for you guys? Ah, you're a little low now. That's better. Here we go. Put you right in here. Let's see a little bit better. All right, I got a battery over here on the charger. Let me go grab it. Alrighty. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into today. Finally got the preliminary plans from my architect for my shop. Made some changes, got everything finalized on that. So now they go to the engineer. Hopefully it won't be much longer. I can go ahead and get started on all that. I'm not sure if any of these wires are good or not. We'll find out. As you probably saw as I did a walk around, the wiring in the headlight system is all strung out. It has the headlight bulb port, but I took that out because I wanted to check the wiring. Pull this gas tank off. I looked in the tank and it's pretty clean for being so old. There's no rust in it that I could find. Let me put these locking feet down on this cart. I'd like to find an air assist ram for this. Making it a lot nicer for going up and down. All right. The battery's in. The key switch is hooked up and it's got, the key works. Let me turn it on. Oh, look at this. We have a neutral light. Off, on. Cool beans. All right, so we got that. All right, so let me get a plug wrench. We'll pull that plug out. There's no oil injection on this bike or the other bike that I picked up. This one doesn't even have the throttle cable to the injection pump on it. This side case is from the 6970. It's got the lettering on it that's set out from the case. All right. Let's see, I know the starter wire is black with a white stripe. Here it is. We'll take and go ahead and set that there. Let me see if I can get you guys a little closer here to the spark plug. Turn the key on. We got green light. Let's ground out this wire, starter wire, see if we get spark. Oh yeah. Really good spark. And it doesn't smell like the top is full of fuel. It's got a little bit of a gas smell, but not bad. I don't know what kind of compression is on this thing. Okay, the carburetor, I did go through it because it wasn't on there. And I had to find a carburetor for a reed valve because I know the jetting and all the particulars are different on those. Okay. Let me get my IV bottle. Alright, now I picked that IV bottle up Amazon. I think it was like 35 bucks. I can put my fuel bottle on it, raise it up wherever I want it, lock it in position, and it's good to go. Hook it right to the carburetor. This got some mixed fuel in it. Okay, put this on here. Fuel line's on. Fuel is on. Let's see if it overflows. And I'll get you guys in there. Here you are. Okay. The bowl's not overflowing. Choke on. Where's my starter wire? Let's see what happens here. Try. No, battery is not cutting it. Okay, so I'll move you back a little bit. Lower this down so I can stand on it and kick it. Maybe kicking a little bit better. Oh, it might help if I put the spark plug cap on. Okay, let's see. Take this ramp off the back so it doesn't rattle so bad. All right. Sure ran that battery down quick. Wow, that was good. It sure smelled a lot of oil in there. Okay, I'll bet that whole crankshaft is full of oil. It's smoking like a smoke machine, and there's a ton of oil dripping out of the pipe. You can see it right here. Oil coming out of the pipe right down there. Right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the pipe on this and see if there's anything I have to actually pour out of the pipe. So I'll bring you all back in a little bit, so be right back. Okay, what I did is I went ahead and I took the IV bottle off of it because that's got mixed gas in it. There was a lot of oil that poured out of the exhaust pipe. So since the gas tank is almost completely rust free, I went ahead and put it on and I put some gas in it and I hooked it up. So we're going to see if I can burn long enough, get it running long, keep it running long enough to help burn all that oil out of the crankcase. But it's going to smoke like a smoke machine here, so let's see what it does. Pull the choke on. Turn the heat on now. this was working because I blew air through it. Okay, so it's out of fuel. Unless I just didn't get enough in there to make it to do anything. Let me pop that bowl off. I blew air into the tank and worked the petcock in the on position and in the reserve position, and air came through. So actually what I'm thinking is I probably don't have enough fuel in it. Yeah, there's not enough fuel in there. So let me put some more fuel in it. Okay, I don't know how much of this stuff you guys got. My GoPro died. But I put some straight gas in the gas tank. It comes, the fuel petcock works. I'm gonna see if I can run this a little bit on straight gas to help get this bottom end burned out clean. So let's see what happens here. Turn the gas on. Turn the choke on. It's just really flooded with oil. Let me check that air screw. Not sure what it's at set at. Right there. It's all the way in. So we'll go 1.5. 1.5. Let's see if that does any better. See, it's got a ton of oil in there. There was a lot of oil that came out of the exhaust pipe when I dumped it upside down. If I can just keep it going like this for a little bit, that'll help burn all that oil out of the crank. There's still a lot dripping out of the exhaust. see what happens with the choke off. If it'll start. Yeah, it's just gonna have to. What I probably need to do, pull the plugs out, take this thing in the backyard over to my dirt pile, turn it upside down, let all that junk drain on out of that top end. It's just so full of oil in that crankcase, it's just not wanting to run. I had to do that with a CT3 that I'm doing. It was so full of oil that I had to turn it upside down, kick it over a lot, let all that oil come out, put a torch in the exhaust port, because it ran just like this. Once I got done doing that, it fired up and it ran like a top. There's just so much oil in that crank. So I'm going to bring it back in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing upside down and get rid of all that oil in the engine. Okay, there's something going on with the electrical. When I hooked the battery up, the key was off and it cranked over and it blew the fuse. So now I pulled the fuse out. It's burnt pretty good. And I bypassed the fuse and hook it together, and I have nothing. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to rob Peter to pay Paul. I think what I'll do is I'll pull the fuse. I don't know if I have another fuse someplace. I doubt it. Since I'm not riding my 360, I'll go ahead and I'll rob the fuse out of it, if I can get to it. I don't know if 6 volt and 12 volt fuse is going to matter any. We'll find out as soon as I plug it in. Fuse is a fuse, I think. Nope, it worked. Okay, put this all back together here. I just have to remember to get some fuses if I want to ride my RT3. Well, it'll start, but it won't have no lights. Okay. Clip is on. All right. Now, let me put the tank on it. I had it upside down for about 10-15 minutes. Drained everything out of the crank area. It was full. Had a lot of crap, a lot of oil come out. Put a torch to it, burned a bunch of it off. Poured some gas in the pipe. Swashed it around. Lit it on fire. It burned for a little bit. Everything's on, everything's hooked up. I don't know what this wire is for, but it keeps poking me in the butt. All right, Fuel on. Key on. We got a green light. Let's try the electric starter. Pull the choke. Try it again. Nope, not enough juice in the battery. I ran it down too far. Smoking near as bad as it was. Come on. Oh, I didn't get the choke back on. Probably have to go back through and clean that carburetor out better. I just did a quick blow the jets out type of a deal. The choke is off right now. Think the pilot jet's clogged. Think the pilot jet's clogged. That's why. And the rear brake pedal is not going back. But it starts up. As I ran the battery down too far to use the e-start. Yeah. Still smoking quite a bit. Still smoking quite a bit. Let me check this gearbox oil. My luck, it's probably what it is. It's just the crank seal and it's just sucking all the gearbox oil out. No, it's full. I can see it right there. Well, I'll pull this motor apart and I'll replace the seals, clean it all up. But that's that one. And wish I could see what's going on my camera. There it is. Okay. So it runs. It starts and it runs. Like I said, it had a ton of oil in the crank and in the pipe. I flushed all that out as best I could. I was running straight gas in it to help burn all that oil out. It's going to need work. It's got a lot of rust, but it'll clean up nice. There's not one dent in the gas tank, which is nice. Just take and hit that with some new paint. I mean, there's no dents in any of the bodywork. I've got oil tank for this one and the other one I can use. Yeah, just basically a good clean it. I'll strip it all down, hit it with some sandpaper, freshen up the frame, freshen up the silver on the forks, put some fork seals in it. Just evapor rust to clean it all up real good. Some tires. I'm not going to do a showroom restoration on it. Just make it a nice runner for somebody. Make them a good deal on it. I've only got 75 bucks into this bike. I got 2 of them for 100. So that's not too bad. All right, well, thanks for coming along on this adventure today. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one back in my shed. Get my garage cleaned up. Get me cleaned up. I'm sweating like crazy, and it's only 1 o'clock. I was sweating, dripping wet, as you can see by my shirt. I was like this 10 minutes once I got out here in the garage. The temperature here in Southern California today is 97, but it's probably 115 in my garage. I've got my side door open, got a fan on, but with the door and the fan on, I just get no breeze through here. So it's just extremely hot. So I'm going to go ahead and get all this put away. Thanks for coming along on this little adventure on this 69 AT1. I have a pair of them. You guys saw the video on the last one. I still need to flip it over and get all that oil out of the crank like I did this one. The gas tank on it's just as good as this one. No dents, not much rust whatsoever. The petcoat works perfect. So that's a good deal. Well, anyways, you all have a great weekend, what's left of it. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Please subscribe. Check out Del Swagger on YouTube. He does a lot of machining on engines and stuff. The guy is phenomenal on what he does. Check out his channel. Give him a like. Give him a subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Have a great day.